Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about a really interesting topic, AI ethics. Can machines be moral beings? As AI technology gets better and better, this question is becoming more and more important. The first one we need to talk about is, what is a moral being? First, let's make clear with what a moral being is. Different philosophy schools have different ideas about it. Kantian deontology says a moral agent needs rational autonomy, recognizing moral laws through reason and acting out of respect for them. This is not instincts or self-interest. For example, choosing honesty because it's a moral duty, not for personal gain. Then, utilitarianism focuses on consequences. A utilitarian moral agent is something that can impact others' well-being, like happiness and suffering, through actions. It cares more about utility than rational reflection. Now, here's the big question. As AI get more powerful, can it be a moral agent under these definitions? That's what we will explore today. Whether AI can fit these philosophical ideas and what it means for our future with technology.
Hey everyone, let's dive into a utilitarian take on AI axis. First up, we look at how utilitarianism centered on the greatest happiness principle, judges actions by their outcomes, maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain for the most people. AI in turn has its own behavior logic. It uses algorithms to calculate impacts, like in autonomous driving, where system-wide collision scenario and deduce causality to act on preset result. But there's a debate. Utilitarianism needs human subjects' griefs of happiness and pain, which AI lacks. AI can feel grieved over losses, just charge numbers. Still, AI's data-driven results do fit the greatest happiness logic. So while AI can do utilitarian-style outcome calculations, it can be a full-fledged utilitarian moral subjective without that human, like understanding. Yet it opens up new thoughts on the technical side of moral agency. That's the utilitarian angle on AI we're exploring today.
Can AI be moral agent? Let's say you are programming a self-driving car. It has to choose between hitting one person or swerving and risking 5 others. The AI calculates that hitting one saves more lives. Is that a moral choice or just maths? Utilitarianism is all about creating the most happiness for the most people. So if an AI is really good at figuring out how to help the most people, does that make it moral? Two big reasons people say yes. AI can locate way more information than humans to make better choice. It doesn't play favorites, no bias, just pure logic. But here's the problem. Does AI actually understand happiness? Or is it just following codes? If something goes wrong, who's responsible? We can't punish a computer. Think about this. How would you even teach an AI what happiness means? Your happy might be different from mine. It's like giving a robot chef a recipe book. It can follow instructions perfectly, but it doesn't actually understand cooking. Other thinkers say, without free will, it's not real morality. Morality needs life experience, which AI can't have. So next time you hear about AI making decisions, ask yourself, is this smart programming or something deeper? The answer might change how we use technology in our lives.
Let's look at robots through Kantian deontology. Kant's core idea, morality lies in acting out of duty, not just good outcomes. Actions must follow universal moral laws like don't lie and respect people as ends, not just means valuing their reason and choice. But robots, their actions are just pre-programmed algorithms or data-learned patterns. An AI refusing to generate false info might seem to follow don't lie, but it doesn't understand or identify with that moral law. No sense of duty, it's just following programmers' rules or data that says this please humans. Worst of all, Kant says moral agents need rational autonomy, the ability to independently understand moral laws and choose to follow them. Robots, no self-consciousness, no inner grasp of why be moral, no real autonomous choice. They calculate, they don't think. Their decisions are algorithm outputs, not rational moral judgments.
Therefore, while Kant emphasized that humans are ends, robots themselves cannot be ends. This means choice, means by which humans achieve their purpose. Even if AI behavior in the future becomes more like moral behaviors, its essence will still be a simple action of human moral roots, rather than the action pretext of being a moral agent itself. Therefore, from the perspective of Kantian deontology, robots or AI cannot become true moral agents. From a moral agent requires not just the morally consistent behavior, but the rationalities and autonomy to act out of respect for the moral law, a boundary that AI, with current and foreseeable technological limits, struggle to cross.
Let's dive into some real-world cases that spotlight the ethical headaches AI can bring. Take self-driving cars, for example. When facing a crash, AI will quickly judge the number of injuries or deaths from different choices based on set rules and take action. Even though this seems to follow the utilitarian idea of making the most people happy, it just counts the number of people hurt mechanically and ignores how people feel when they lose their loved ones. Next up, case 2. Microsoft Tay chatbot from 2016. Microsoft launched a Tay, an AI chatbot on Twitter that learned from users, but within just 24 hours, it started tweeting racist, sexist, and inflammatory stuff. So the ethical question here is, if an AI is just mimicking what it sees with no real intent, should that mimicry be considered blameworthy? Another case is IBM Watson's mistakes in cancer treatment. Because the training data was limited and it lacked the ability to reason in real clinics, Watson once suggested unsafe treatment plans. This made people question whether AI should be given the right to make decisions that affect lives. To wrap this up, here's the bottom line. Today's AI isn't a moral agent. It doesn't have intent, consciousness, or the ability to understand ethics. But, and this is a big but, the decisions it makes still have real moral consequences, especially when it's part of critical systems like healthcare, transport, or hiring. These cases shows us that even though AI isn't moral in the human sense, its impact on our lives demands we take these ethical challenges seriously.
Now let's discuss the current development of AI and its moral challenges in Malaysia. The current Malaysia uses AI widely in government, chatbots, profit control, scenario like 5 ringgit, smart governance. Also in the industry, quality checks, manufacturing, automated invoices, finance, diagnostics, healthcare, inventory protection, retail. Also in the investment, Microsoft around 10 billion ringgit data centers. Also NVIDIA Johor supercomputer. And the moral challenges and the risk of AI, it's like about privacy, weak laws, rising misuse of AI-generated content, jobs, 300k workers displaced by automation since 2020. Also in chaos, AI may make unfair and opaque decisions. Also in the philosophy, in action, to fix this, apply ethics in maximizing AI benefits, efficiency, help those harmed, retraining. Also in Tian, respect privacy, choice in AI system. Also in roles, justice, ensure all Malaysians access AI tools. Also, after gaining an understanding of these practical applications and predicaments, next we will focus on the core questions: can AI be a moral agent? And we will conduct an analysis from the perspective of technical limitations. Thank you so much.
Technical limits and future hopes. For now, even though AI can copy moral choices in some ways, it still doesn't have its own moral framework. AI runs on code, logic, and data. It can't feel guilty, sorry, or responsible, and it can't think back or take responsibility like humans. But as AI technology improves, maybe we can look again at the existing moral standards. The old standards that focus on human reasoning might not fit AI completely. Although AI has no consciousness, it really affects our moral decision. So, we need to keep human as the one finally responsible, and also think about how AI can influence our moral choices.
To further explore these ideas, especially the need to re-examine moral standards and uphold human responsibility, here are 2 key questions about AI and morality. First, as AI growth matters, do we need to rethink our moral roles? Traditional notions of right and wrong are based on human thinking, but AI touch emotions makes significant decisions. Old rules may be insufficient. We can refine our understanding of good and bad through AI unique information processing, but humans must remain in control. Second, how to ensure humans are responsible for AI's actions. If AI is just a tool, responsibility lies with developers and users. Even as the AI advances, the on-time responsibility rests with those who create, oversee, and use it. The misbalanced AI effectiveness and prevent loss of control. In short, we need to adjust moral thinking while upholding human responsibility as the AI becomes more integral to life.
In short, AI ethics can Malaysians be moral beings. Talks about different definitions of moral based in philosophy. It points out that even though we can make AI follow utilitarian rules, AI can be a full utilitarian moral being because it doesn't really understand happiness and subjectivity. Besides, through specific cases, we know that current AI isn't a moral being, but its decisions often have moral effects on us. Facing the chances and challenges posed by AI technology, especially in Malaysian users like government services, traffic management, smart manufacturing, we must be careful with problems like privacy, potential changes in job structures and biases in authorities while adapting to technical changes. We need to make sure human values are always the most important.
That is the end of our presentation. Thank you for your watching.